Ben Stokes admitted he's going through his toughest time as England captain as he called for empathy towards his teammates. The tourists' awful Ashes series has been dogged by reports of excessive drinking. England are already 3-0 down after 3 tests against Australia, with the chance of regaining the urn gone and the risk of a humiliating clean sweep in the final 2 tests. On Tuesday, England Director of Cricket Rob Key confirmed he would investigate the behaviour of players in the coastal town of Noosa during their break from the series between the 2nd and 3rd tests. Later on the same day, a video emerged on social media appearing to show opener Duckett drunk. The BBC has not verified the video, while the England and Wales Cricket Board said it would establish the facts. With England preparing to play the 4th Ashes test at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, MCG, on Boxing Day, Stokes told BBC Sport, "This is probably the toughest time right now as an England captain that I'll have. I'm not going to run away from it. I feel like I will lead for the rest of this trip how I think I can help guys get through it." Stokes would not be drawn on the allegations about Duckett. Asked about the scrutiny on his teammates, he added, "We've got other guys who play all 3 formats and spend a lot more time away from home than others. It is very grueling, and it is tough when you're here, there and everywhere. I know people have got things a lot worse than what we do. You have to deal with the emotions of being away, the scrutiny that you are under, in particular when things aren't going well. Everything just gets heightened, but there needs to be a little bit of empathy towards stuff that people might not quite understand, but I guess if you're not in it and you're not amongst it, it is hard to understand that. But just in this moment right now, I think a little bit of empathy from everyone would be not too hard to think about, if that makes sense." Writing in his column for The Telegraph, External, former England captain Michael Vaughan said, "There is no way in a million years that we should be burying young people having a bit of fun in between test matches. I did exactly the same as them when I played for England, although I did at least know when it was time to go home, and that is probably what Ben Duckett needs to learn. But fundamentally, let us judge Duckett on the cricket field, let us judge Rob Key, the Director of Cricket, on the decisions that he has made, and let us judge Ben Stokes on his captaincy over the series, and the players in terms of their numbers when the series has finished." Vaughan added that he did not think Duckett should be reprimanded based on the evidence he has seen, adding, "It is a wider issue. The game of cricket has created this drinking culture." Stokes, who took over as captain in 2022, pointed to his own personal experiences of pretty tough times. The 34-year-old missed the 2017-18 Ashes tour following an incident outside a Bristol nightclub. Stokes was charged with and later cleared of a fray. Stokes also took a 5-month break from cricket in the summer of 2021 to prioritise his mental well-being. His struggles were laid bare in a documentary released in August 2022. "I've had some pretty good times over my career. I've also had some pretty tough times. I'm obviously aware of reports and stuff that's circulating around. For me, as England captain, my main concern is the players and everyone in the dressing room. I know what it can feel like when everything just piles on top of you. It's hard. My main thing right now as England captain is making sure that everyone's okay." Duckett has kept his place in England's team for the 4th test, with Stokes saying he has spoke to the opener to offer his full support. Stokes described Duckett as an incredibly influential person within the group. The futures of Stokes, Key and head coach Brendan McCullum will come under intense scrutiny, both for the result of the Ashes and the behaviour of the England players in Australia. Following defeat in the 3rd test in Adelaide, which sealed England's 4th successive Ashes loss in Australia, Stokes said he absolutely wanted to remain skipper. "Everything's easy when it's going well. It's these moments where I guess the responsibility does fall on your shoulders a lot more than it ever has done. I will always do my best on the field. I will always do my best off the field. I will always protect my players, especially in moments like these." England's trip to Noosa was planned a year before the Ashes tour and went ahead despite the tourists falling 2-0 down inside 2 tests. The England squad spent 4 nights on the Queensland coast. Several media outlets, including the BBC, reported that some players were drinking for a significant portion of their time in Noosa, as well as on 2 previous days in Brisbane, the venue for the 2nd test. When you're winning, it's a lot easier to do stuff. When you're losing, like we have done with being 3-0 down in a big series like this, everything you say, everything you do gets criticised, analysed, and rightly so. You don't really have a leg to stand on when you are 3-0 down in a big series like this. England are on an 18-test winless run in Australia. The visitors need to avoid defeat in one of the final 2 matches to prevent becoming the 4th England team to lose 5-0 in this country. How you use this kind of stuff is you either let it get on top of you too much, or you can use it as fuel if you want to use it as fuel. Certain things inspire different people. Everyone will be focused when we come to here on Boxing Day, and everyone wants to get that win.
It can feel like when everything just piles on top of you. It's hard, it's very, you can sort of feel very, what's the word, insular, I guess. So my main thing right now as England captain is making sure that everyone's okay. And you know, I know firsthand what this can actually make you feel like. I think right here and right now, the best thing for me to be able to do is to make sure that everyone knows that that they have my support, which is obviously through a time of quite a lot going on. I always want to win games of cricket for England, and everyone else does in that dressing room. And in moments like this, where everything comes on top of you and everyone's hitting you hard, it's so hard to be in that right space. When you're winning, it's a lot easier to sort of not do what you want, but to do stuff. When you're losing, like we have done, and we're 3-0 down, everything you say, everything you do gets criticised, analysed, and rightly so. You don't really have a leg to stand on when you are 3-0 down in a big series like this. But as I've just said, all I can do, all the senior players and the leaders within the group at the moment, all they can do is try and support each other as best as we possibly can, because it is a tough place to be in right now.
Yeah.
But I've had some pretty good times over my career. I've also had some pretty tough times, and at first, this is probably the toughest time right now as an England captain that I'll have. But I ain't going to run away from it, and I also feel like I will lead for the rest of this trip how I think I can help guys get through it.